I just picked up my new Dollhouse Kit and all the accessories that were not included in the kit. I'm going to unbox everything, label all my parts, and start planning my floor plan. Hello, my crafty dolls. Welcome to my craft room. I am Grandma Kitty, and I am so glad you're here. Now, this is episode 3 of our series on building the Victorian Farmhouse Jr., and we are going to build it from start to finish. So if you've missed episode 1 and 2, go back and check those out. We went shopping for our Dollhouse Kit, and then we also went to realtoys.com and we bought all the accessories that you need that do not come with your kit. So today we are going to open our box from Real Good Toys. These are our accessories, and we're going to open up our kit and get everything organized, and we're going to try to decide which rooms are going to be what, so we can wallpaper and paint as we're building it. And we kind of want to have all our rooms sort of hunkered down so we can do that as we build. So we want our floor plan to be set. So my next episode, I'm going to be doing some modifying. We're going to be adding a back door. So if you're not already, please hit that subscribe button. I would absolutely love to have you back, and I don't want you to miss any upcoming videos. So let's go open our boxes. I'm really excited to see what we have. And then we have to label everything and organize all the pieces. So let's get started. Now, the first thing I need to do is clear out my craft room and bring in my big folding table. And just so you know, you're gonna need a large workspace. Multiple tables would be even better, so I'm probably going to have to take over my kitchen table as well. And my crafty dolls, I keep saying Victorian farmhouse instead of the Vermont farmhouse. I don't know what is wrong with me. I don't even have the glue out yet. It's probably because I have wallpaper and paint colors on my mind, but it's a good thing I have my kitty cats, Shelby and Nikki, to help me do this. All right, here we go. We are going to open up the Vermont Farmhouse Jr. Dollhouse Kit. I already popped the staples, and little kitty Nikki is going to help me out here. She is my most curious cat. So the box opens from the side, and first to come out, we have our shingles. Ooh, probably some trim in there. Everything's labeled. Whew, this is heavy. This is heavy. So this has to be probably all the walls. Very nice. So we're gonna have to unwrap all this. Looks like it's part of the roof. Here is definitely one of the sides, and there is that really nice signature clapboard siding. That is a great feature of these kits. Here's the other side. Let's see what else we got in here. Looks like our gingerbread siding, our little trim. Not sure what those are. What else we got? A little bit left. Got our instructions. Catalog. Looks like the same catalog that I've been using for all these years. Oh, it looks a little different. No, it's the same. The instructions. And that's probably some more trim work in here. This is definitely the front of the house. Got the windows and the door. And that is it. Everything is out. All right, let's open these boxes and see what's in them. And look, be cautious. I got some big war wounds here from opening this box. Be careful. I need some workman's comp for this. All right, so this little box, let's see what's in here. This is probably all the windows and trim. Probably the stairs. Ooh, look. Look at our little gingerbread. Ooh, look, and they're already cut for us. That's a bonus. They're already pre-cut. Love that. And look at the railings. They're already made. Now that's a bonus. I don't have to worry about putting this together. My last dollhouse, you had to make them yourself. So that is a bonus. Ooh, these are nice. These are probably the posts for the porch. Those are really nice. We've got some pieces here. Here is the staircase. Probably some spacers. So that's fun. Well, this was a nice surprise. I was not expecting that. And we've got this all very nice. What do you think, Nikki? Can you help? All right, let's see what's in this one. It's like Christmas. This is all the windows. And again, all the windows, the window trim, all pre-cut. We don't have to worry about cutting any of that. This is the frame probably for the door. Here is our door. Oh, very nice. I like that door. This is definitely different than the interior doors. And then here is some more window trim. And then here are the windows. Oh, this is going to be fun. So with everything pre-cut like this, we are going to have a lot of fun. We can get right to the painting and the assembly, and we don't have to worry about cutting everything. We're going to get done a lot faster so we can play. Here are the room dividers. Gotta have those. Nice spot for the door. Now, this completely took me by surprise. The floors already have finished floors on them. How cool is that? I am absolutely shocked that all the floors have this faux wood floor on them already. That is really cool. I'm probably going to cover this up, but I mean, if you really want to skip that whole floor process, you can. I am absolutely so surprised about this. And I'm looking at the box and I'm looking at the description of this house, and it doesn't say anything about there being finished floors. And it even shows here, no finished floors. So I am really surprised to find those. All right, so here is my Real Good Toys delivery I got. These are all the accessories that don't come with your Dollhouse Kit. So let's see what we got. Here are my doors. And these are the interior doors. I bought 2 of them. And what's nice is that it has the framing on one side and then you get the casing for the other side. So that's a nice bonus. And I know they're going to fit my house. They're not going to be too big. They're not going to be too small. So I'm guaranteed they're going to fit. And then I got the doorknobs for my doors. So each pack does 2 doors. And since I got my back door, I got one for my back door as well. So I'll have one extra. which is nice. And then I have the doorknob for the front door. So a little bit more fancy, and they even come with little keys. So cute. And then I got some numbers for an address. I thought these would be a little smaller, but they're still cute. That'll look nice. I ordered some other things. I have this coat rack already and I love it. I use it all the time, so I bought another one. Some towels. Always use towels. And then I bought some of these. Now these I just bought because these look like they might be too big for the staircase, which is fine. I actually love having these to make signs for my garden. So these are always nice to have. And I bought some more posts. I'm going to use these. I'm going to make a garden for the dollhouse. So these will go for my fence. Now this, I imagine, is my staircase that I bought, the staircase kit. Wow, look how pretty that is. And what's nice about the staircase is that I know it's going to fit my dollhouse. It's not going to be too big. It's not going to be too small. If you buy another staircase, it might not fit. And oh, this is nice. These are the risers or the steps. So you can actually paint or stain these separately and glue them. That's nice. Makes it easier to decorate. I like that. And then, oh, these are cute. These are here, the posts. Very, very nice. And nice and smooth too. You don't need much sanding, if at all. Really, really nice. So that's nice. I love it. And then here is my turntable. And turns really nice. So we're going to make a platform for that. I'll show you how to make that. So all in all, we got everything I ordered. We have the basic things that did not come with our house. Put everything back. Now, as far as the wallpaper, flooring, and paint, we're going to talk about that in a later episode. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss those episodes. And I wanted to show you my extra door that I bought at Hobby Lobby. This is the Mayberry Street. This brand is at Hobby Lobby. You can get this online or at the store. So I'm going to be modifying my house and we're going to add a back door. So this is a really cute screen door that I got. I have one of these from my other house. Very, very nice. The only thing, this one does not come with the extra casing around for the other side of the door. But it's going to be cute. It's going to be a really cute back door. So we have everything we need to start building our house. And a full disclosure, you guys, I spent $146 on this box. Who says building a dollhouse is cheap? But that's okay. We saved money by buying our dollhouse kit at Hobby Lobby for $89. So I think it's okay. I just want to show you, this is the staircase kit I bought through realtoys.com. And this is the staircase that comes with your kit. It's a lot different. The one that comes with the kit is all pressed wood and you have to glue it together. And this is the railing. That's all you get. And the staircase kit is made out of wood. And I love that the steps are separate, and which is good because I'm going to be staining part of my staircase and then painting part of it. So this is going to be so much nicer. The stain is going to go on a lot better. Get that really nice wood grain. And we have the nice posts that go with it. I did buy the extra fancy spindles. So these are the extra fancy spindles. I do notice that the tops might be a little bit too thick, but I think we can handle it. and this is what it comes with. But in my opinion, this is a lot better and nicer staircase than this one. So this one, maybe we can practice with, or I don't know, use it for something else. We could even maybe make stairs to go to the attic. Haven't decided yet, but that is the difference. So now you can see why I ordered the special staircase. Now the first thing we're going to do is grab your instructions and go to page 3. And here is the list of all of our parts. So the first thing we're going to do is go through everything and identify and label all of our parts. And it's nice that each part has dimensions. And there are some pieces here that kind of look similar. And it's nice to either have a cutting mat or a ruler to measure your piece so you can identify it correctly. So grab your painter's tape and a Sharpie. We're going to go ahead and label everything so we know exactly what it is. And it's nice to have everything kind of in its own box so we know what needs to be painted, what needs to be stained, or what needs to be wallpapered. And also, I just want to mention rubber bands. Don't throw these away. We need those to assemble our windows. So keep these on hand. Don't throw them away. All right. Let's get everything labeled so we can start building our dollhouse. My crafty dolls, identifying and labeling all of your building parts is so important. You do not want to skip this step. You want to make sure nothing gets thrown away as scrap. Like for instance, this little piece here. What is this supposed to be? Is this a piece of trim? Do I need to paint it? So that leads me to my number one tip is to read your instructions multiple times and get familiar with all the parts and really start to visualize how everything is going to come together so you know what you need to paint. There are a lot of pieces to go through and label, and it's so tempting to just start gluing things together on page 1. But trust me, you're going to be so much happier once you start building because you started off the right way and got everything organized. And finally, make sure you separate all the trim and decoration into separate boxes so you can keep track of what color you need to paint them. So now all of our parts are labeled and organized, and we're almost ready to start putting everything together. But we've got to think about our floor plan first. Now for the fun part, I want to determine where my rooms are because I'm going to be decorating and wallpapering, painting as I'm building my house. So I want to make sure I know which rooms are what so I can label them ahead of time. So what I'm thinking is on the very top floor, I am going to get rid of this divider, and this whole room is going to be my craft room. Up here, I'm going to do a spooky attic. Down here is going to be my sewing room. Then I'm going to have a little girl's room here. Down here, instead of a kitchen, I'm going to do a laundry room / storage room. And I'm also going to add that back door on this wall. And then this great room, I'm thinking of doing an antique store. I love antique stores. I really could live in one. So why not? I'm going to make my great room into an antique store. So I'm going to go ahead and take my walls and I'm going to label them so I know that this part is going to be for my sewing room. You know, this wall is going to be for my craft room and so on. All right, my crafty dolls, I got my frame of my house kind of laid flat so I can see where all the walls are going to be. And I'm going to label my walls, the rooms that I've chosen. So while I actually start wallpapering and painting, I know exactly where my rooms are going to be and where my wallpaper is. So I don't make a mistake. I don't want to be scraping off wallpaper. Now, you don't have to do it this way. If you want to build your house and decorate it after, you certainly can. There's no rule, but I find it so much easier to wallpaper and paint as I'm building it. I just find it so much easier. Now for the third floor, this is the ceiling for the third floor. The beveled edge is going to be facing in. So The flat is the roof on the outside, and then here's that beveled edge. So I'm going to go ahead and label my rooms on the 3rd floor. I'm going to have my attic here. I'm going to have a divider here. And I'm getting rid of that extra room upstairs so I can have a nice big craft room, because who doesn't want a big craft room? I have a craft room, but it's not big enough. I needed my own separate sewing room. So for the 3rd floor, my divider is going to be about here. And we don't need to worry about exactly where this divider is going to go right now. But this I know I want to have here. Now I know which way this goes because I read my directions. So I know that this side will be this part of the room, and this part of the divide is going to be the attic. Now for the other floors, the inside door is going to be towards the back of the house. So it's going to go like this. So I got my sewing room on this side, and then I'm going to have my little girl's room here. And then same thing for the 1st floor. I'm going to make sure that this side is going to be for my antique store. And then the other side, make sure it's my laundry room. Now the hardest part, of course, is picking out the wallpapers for each room and coordinating all that with the floors. I'm going to talk about all that in a later episode. Now the next thing I'm going to do is go through my instructions again. And this time I'm going to go through them, and I'm going to start putting things together with tape. No glue. I just want to see how things are going to be put together so I can really see exactly what I need to paint, what I need to wallpaper. So just to make it a lot easier. So this is the 3rd floor dormer window, and I have it taped together. So this would be the inside. So you can see it would be really difficult, not impossible, but difficult to wallpaper this or even paint this when it's already construction, especially, you know, the ceiling here. So I like to look at it and see, well, am I going to have, you know, the wallpaper here match this or have it completely contrast? So that's something I have to think about. Also, the eave on the front here needs to be painted. So it's going to be so much easier to paint this ahead of time. And I do know that we don't need to paint this part because we're going to have our gingerbread molding is going to go right on there. So I know I don't have to paint that. And you don't want to paint that because you don't want to be gluing things onto paint if you don't have to. So that is the next step. I'm going to go through everything and I'm going to plan ahead. Take your time and really think about how things are put together so you can paint wallpaper ahead of time just to make it a lot easier. All right, my crafty dolls, we are almost ready to start assembling our house. We got everything organized, we got everything labeled, we got our floor plan all set to go. And we just want to do some homework. We want to read our instructions at least 3 or 4 times. So go to bed tonight, ditch the novel, read your instructions, and really go through the book and look at your pieces, and you're going to sort of understand how everything is going to be put together. And of course, we're going to do that together. So next episode, we are going to do some modification. So I'm going to do this laundry room on the 1st floor, and we're going to cut a hole for my back door. I'm going to show you how easy that is to modify your house. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on an episode. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.